Good morning, guys. It is 10:05. I feel ugh. Um, I think I did the quick hey, I'm back. Um, I don't know. There was just some weird vibe and I just felt like I couldn't be there, but so one of the what's it called? Uh One of the tailors talked about there being some sort of like hauntings in the place. And they're like, but they're good hauntings. They were like good. They're good ghosts. And I didn't think anything of it, but I think that's where maybe some of it stemmed from. There was like some sort of, I don't know, because I'm very receptive right now, and I just felt really wrong there. I don't know. Like the place itself was fine. It was more of the I don't know, like can't put my finger on it. I just didn't I didn't feel relaxed, which is weird. It was like there was like a tension. Um Not because of what she said, but just because of I don't know, there was just something that yeah, I don't know. It was an intuition thing at the end of the day. And I'm really learning to trust, and I know I made the right decision, even though I may not know why directly. I can intellectualize like why, but there was a reason that I woke up and decided that's not happening. So, um, I like I woke up, used the restroom, and totally forgot about my dream. So yeah, I I don't know. I haven't really had the dream stuff today, so I guess today's gonna be a short one. I will talk to you guys a little bit later. I got my haircut at 2. Them dropping off all of the like Warhammer and like cards and all of that stuff. I'm dropping that off uh to a friend who I'm just kind of donating it to, him and his card shop. Um and yeah, uh I think I'm just gonna. This is just gonna be short because I don't have any dream to read. So, all right. Oh, I'm also in the process of uploading the uh, the video I was supposed to upload yesterday. I kind of realized I think I want to be like a couple days ahead. Maybe not the full like amount that I could, but be a couple days ahead on upload just in case something like this happens again, so that I don't feel um worried about it. So yeah. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hello. It is 9:06 and got a haircut, as you can see. Um I kind of messed it up over the day. It was like I don't know if it was like hairsprayed or styled or something, but yeah, when I wash it tomorrow, we'll be able to see how it actually kind of lays. But yeah, she did something a little bit different. I like it so far. We'll just have to wait and see what it looks like growing out. But I wasn't able to give my friend all the stuff, um, the like Warhammer stuff, because he's like, "Hey, can we do it tomorrow at like 10?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's fine." So tomorrow at 10, I'll be doing that. Um, I went and it's like 4 by the time I actually ate food. It's like 4:30. I ended up going to the one of the Thai places that I like eating, and yeah, I don't know. I had some cashew tofu, and it was good. Like it was a bunch of vegetables and tofu and cashews. Um, then I ended up eating some popcorn at the movie theater because I went to go see the Mario movie because I wanted to watch it. It was fine. I think it was a good movie. Um, I don't know. I feel like the popcorn might have been a mistake, but I hadn't eaten popcorn at the movie theater in like 10, 20 years or something. It was like a ridiculous amount of time since I last had popcorn. So I just wanted to do it. I did it. I'm probably not going to do it again because A, the popcorn was just stale, and that's just kind of bog standard for that kind of stuff. And then B, like, obviously there was butter. So, like, although they had fake butter at this point, so, like, I don't know if it actually has butter in it. It's like some liquid concoction of death. But anyway, point is, I just wanted to experience that again, and I did. And definitely wasn't as good as I remembered it, and I won't be doing it again when I watch a movie. So, um, this week has definitely been kind of random all over the place. I felt a little off the rails, like in a mostly good way. Like there were some things where I want to kind of like be somewhat guided in, but yeah, like I think the food is very much I've just been eating whatever. Like I say whatever. I've been picking meals that have vegetables and tofu. Uh so like it's not as healthy as what I was eating. There's definitely more oils and other stuff, which is why I've been tending to just eat like one meal, or if I do eat the two meals like yesterday, that was kind of a rare instance where I ate two full meals. Um I don't know. I'm just kind of I think I needed this week to just kind of unwind. Like I felt like I was really wound up for a while, and just being able to let loose a little bit. Um, it's not something I want to consistently do, which is why tomorrow I want to be I want to be working on more of like controlled chaos where I can still listen to my intuition and let my intuition kind of guide things, be the beacon, but also kind of have roughly, you know, I got my pillars. I also want to kind of have a pillars for like the food and for the exercise. Those are the two things. You know, like I didn't go to the gym today. It's Friday. I ended up not going to the gym. Um, I don't know. I ended up walking, but like it definitely today was not big on exercise. Um, so yeah, I just part of me felt like I took a step back, but I don't think of it that way now. Like earlier in the week, I definitely felt like that, but this is more just like I don't know. It's felt frantic is the word that keeps coming up, and I don't know why. Have I felt frantic? Maybe sometimes. Like I don't know. Something I didn't mention. At least I don't think I mentioned. So, you know how I had talked about this like hand over my throat um that got removed. I didn't even know it was there. In the one of the main reasons I left yesterday, or I guess this morning, instead of staying the night, I felt a hand kind of pressing while I was like sleeping and waking up. I was like, this is not okay. So there was that. And then that coupled with the intuition, with the other stuff, and then kind of finding out that like uh it was semi like haunted. It's like a haunted place. Um and I've been like coming into like these like spiritual powers and like being more sensitive. So in hindsight, that probably wasn't like I definitely am glad I went, but um it kind of shows me that I do need to be careful about where I go. At least for now. So I don't know. Well, I don't really want to like full blown open the door to all of that. And what I mean by that is like there's a level of being open and protected versus opening the door to everything. And that's kind of like the distinction is like I know I'm protected and I know I'm being open. But then there's also kind of walking directly into situations that kind of push the envelope a little bit. So, yeah. Um anyway, I'm gonna I ended up I posted the stuff this morning because I didn't have a chance to. And I mentioned I think briefly that I want to post what's it called? I don't know. I want to post the like vlogs a couple days in advance so that I have a backlog in case something like this happens again so I don't just miss a day. It's more like an anal retentive thing for me where I like having it that I do stuff every day. And again, it's not the end of the world that I posted it at 10 in the morning instead of 11 p.m., right? But yeah. Um, I definitely feel like there's like a level of this next 30 days I need to really lock the fuck in. And what I mean by that is lock in with the flow where I got the food stuff figured out flow wise. Like I'm thinking I almost what I think I need to do is I need to like go to the store, pick up a bunch of vegetables, chop them up, throw them in the stir fry, throw some avocado oil in there, throw some tofu in there, and then like do a mix and see what the hell happens. And because I feel like when I get the chance to cook, that seems like a very easy thing to do. So if I do some practicing now, then when I'm on the road, as it were, going to different places, I'll be able to just whip something up like that. Because it shouldn't really be that hard. I think the main thing is just kind of figuring out like what the sauce is going to be. Is it just going to be oil? Is it going to be something else other than oil? I don't know. So, yeah. Doing some tests while I have like a kitchen. So that then, not that I'm not going to have a kitchen, but you know, like, you guys get what I'm saying. More and more I'm thinking I really need to get to my second friend, the lucky one, because I think I need to vet the people he's about to go with. I'm getting that sense really strongly, and I know that sounds really weird. But like something's drawing me to like going and like interacting with these people that he's talking to before he goes on his trip. Um there's also kind of maybe this sense that I don't know, maybe somehow I might go on this trip that he's going on, which feels really weird to say that because like, you know, he hasn't invited me and I haven't asked. So it's like at the moment there's like no indication either for me or for him that that's going to happen. So maybe when we interact things will change. I don't know. Um but yeah, I just want to check in on him, just like I'm checking in on the other guy. So I also found out that my haircut person, she she really likes the first place that I'm gonna go to, which I think is gonna be South Carolina. I think that's where it is. I don't know. So we'll see. But that reminds me, I want to check Discord. Oh man, yeah, lucky guy is he's doing a thing. Anyway, I don't know when I'm gonna build the third Lego. We'll see. But I'm probably gonna do it as like one of the things that I do for my inner child. Today was definitely the movie. Like that was totally an inner child movie of like, yay, it's Mario. It's really fun. Uh, and I enjoyed it. So yeah, like it was worth going. Um, I probably should just check to see what this is. Okay, I guess I'm gonna go visit another friend too. I asked the person if they want me to come visit, uh, since I'm visiting the other two buddies, and that person's like, hell yeah. So I'm like, okay, sure. So, uh, yeah. So I guess that's happening. I don't know when. So now I have 3 trips that are planned. Well, planned. They're like loosely thought of in their like they're still in the womb as it were. They haven't been birthed. Um so Jesus, that's 3 trips and then maybe I just chain them back to back to back. I just I mean, it's not a bad idea because it's kind of like hmm, what order do I do it in? Hold on, let me look at this timeline here that I'm building as I talk to you guys. Okay, so everything I'm doing needs to be done before May 9th. And it is April. So I got a month. So that's 4 weeks. Let's see if I do. I kind of want. So I want this upcoming week to be. I'm going to really buckle down on the cleaning and the getting ahead so that then I can do it consistently from my laptop while I go visit. I also need to check in on my buddy who should be out soon TM. Like, it should be today or tomorrow or whatever. So I think I'll hit him up tomorrow. So I think this upcoming week is figuring out a way for me to do the things I want to do regardless of where I am. That sounds right. And then along with the cleaning. So I guess this plan for this week is going to loosely be continue cleaning. I don't have too much left to clean. Like I say that, but like I'm like looking around and I got like 2 boxes of stuff I'm just throwing things in that I'm gonna like donate. And most of my closets are kind of already pretty clean. Um like I think I might struggle to fit everything in my car, but I could just do it. So because okay, so the reason I'm trying to get the cleaning done this week, just like I'm just kind of brainstorming as I'm talking about this, is in the off chance that I do somehow end up going on this trip, which is to Japan, by the way. Um, it's May 9th to the 29th. So, if I was to do that, um, that's like almost an entire month eaten up by that. I don't know if I'm gonna do that though. I'm assuming that I'm not,
Well, okay, I don't want to assume anything. I, at the moment, have no plans to do that. That does not mean that I won't. So I'm leaving myself open. So here's kind of the timeline. First week, cleaning. Second week, fly to my first buddy. Third week, fly to the lucky buddy. Fourth week, which is the 26th. I'm just looking at the calendar. 26th to the 2nd, go to my third buddy. Come back. And then potentially go if I'm going to go on the trip. Um, so that's a really stacked timeline of like 3 weeks of being gone, 1 week of cleaning, and then theoretically like part of a week. I guess 5 days. 5 days of like being here again. Um so and then if I was to do that, looking at the timeline again, like effectively the whole month would be gone at that point, and then bam, I'd be at June, effectively. Which is like, holy crap, that's so fast. So, like, I don't know. Is that. I mean, I've always wanted to go to Japan, just to be clear. So if I was to get offered, which again, here's the thing, I'm not gonna ask. I will not ask my buddy. If he offers, for whatever reason, if he offers, I'd probably take it. But I will not ask. He has to be the one to offer. Because if he offers, it's like if I ask, I don't know if that's an intuition thing for me. Because there's been like a long want to do that. So, which again, I can do that whenever. Um, and I also, at the same time, I don't want to be like that guy that just kind of shoehorns himself into a trip that was planned, right? So that's why it's like there's a couple different things. So really, if he has a very good intuition. So if his intuition tells him that it's a good idea to invite me, then he'll invite me. And he's very look, his whole thing is like, if I'm meant to be there, I will be there. If I'm not meant to be there, I won't be there. And so that's kind of how I'm leaving it, because again, the universe, I don't know what the universe's kind of plan is, and I don't want to know at this point. I'm just here for the ride. I'm listening to my intuition and sniffing out different like paths, and the big thing for me, I think that I'm really working on, and I think I mentioned this previously, is I really want to, what's the word, or what's the phrase here? I want to there's a level of trust that has kind of been brought up where I need to be in full trust, even if physical reality doesn't show me any results for that trust. What I mean by that is and I'm not talking about the forcing to try and make something happen. What I'm kind of referring to is like when I went on the New York trip, I had trust that the even though I was afraid, I had trust that things would work out on that trip. Same thing with like the hotel and all of that stuff. I need to be like that, but not have anything show on a trip as an example. So like if I was to go, because things will just happen because I'm there, like things will just happen the way they're supposed to happen for me, right? But what I'm kind of referring to is like the bigger plan stuff. I need to just trust that the bigger plan stuff, I don't need signs for the bigger plan stuff other than just listening to my intuition. It's like, be myself, listen to my intuition, and things will work out. The things that I've been saying for a while now, right? And it's because I've done the work. So it's like, and just to be clear, this works, what I just explained, it works when you've done the inner work. You have to do the inner work. That's step one. If you don't do the inner work, then this is just not going to make sense, and it's like you're kind of doing steps too many steps ahead. So yeah. Ugh. I just lost my whole train of thought. I like got sucked into a side thought, and then that was it. I guess at the end of the day, the thing that really matters is I'm building up the ability to listen to my intuition regardless of what appears externally. There's like an implicit trust I need to have in that. Like, for an example, there was that subtle pressure on my neck at the hotel. Other than that, everything else seemed okay. Like, I didn't have any problems with like the soaking pool, or like the people were nice. And so I was inclined to just ignore the little throat thing. And my intuition was like, shut the fuck up and listen to me. And I was like, oh, okay. And immediately after I left, I immediately felt the thing disappear. Like, like I'm not feeling it now. It's just, it was gone. And I was like, wow. That's incredible how quickly that changed. And there was no like, I'll just say, I was tired. I was struggling to stay awake. Now, I woke myself up, pretty much immediately when I knew I had to leave. But like, I'm groggy. I'm not really paying attention too much. And my intuition's like, get up, we're leaving. I'm like, okay. And I listened. There wasn't no signs were like directly saying you need to listen to your intuition, other than just my intuition saying listen. And sure, I got some confirmation with the throat thing, but that was such a minor thing in the grand scheme of things, where like I'm not actually like, I don't think I'm gonna know the true like extent of why I left. And that's okay. I just know that my intuition told me to leave, so I left. And this is kind of the level of like, I'm working towards, my intuition tells me something, I do it, and then if I don't have any confirmation that that was the right decision, I need to trust that it was the right decision, even if I can't see that it was the right decision, if that makes sense. So, like, imagine me not having the throat thing. All signs point to everything being fine. My intuition tells me I need to leave. It seems very bizarre, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? But I listen. I don't get any confirmation at all. That's the level. And I need to do that all the time, because my intuition is smart. My intuition knows things that I don't consciously pick up sometimes. So this is what I'm working towards. And yeah, it's like, I don't know. It makes sense to build that, because then your intuition becomes the radar that you don't ignore. Right now, it's like, I don't know. Sometimes I ignore it, or sometimes I don't follow through because I'm like, oh, that's a little scary, or whatever it is. So it's like spotty on whether I'm gonna listen. But I'm going from no listening to listening some of the time, and now I need to just listen all the time, regardless of what the outcome is. And that is the final like lesson that I need to be really solid on foundationally, because I know that the next stage that I'm walking on is, it's going to require that as a foundation, where I need to be able to do that all the time. Not some of the time, not second guess myself. I need to just trust in the intuition. So I think based on that, I'm going to do all three. All three trips. And I think they all live in different parts of the country. So it's going to be a little mini tour. First it's New York, and then it's South Carolina, and then it's, I don't fucking know where else. So okay, and then the potential Japan thing, and then there's that Italy thing lying in the background of like, what the fuck's the Italy thing? I'm gonna do a lot of like trip stuff. I also, one thing that I want to do better, and I'm gonna get a memory card for my phone before I leave. A really big one. I don't know if they have terabyte SD cards or micro SD cards, but like if they do, I want one for my phone, because I think I'm going to try to do the IRL vlogging thing or when I go to places. Because that's something I kind of feel was missing from the New York trip. And there's nothing wrong with the way I did the New York trip, but I think if I'm going to be visiting places, filming a little bit, it doesn't have to be much, but just like pulling my phone out, doing a quick thing at a random place, or potentially talking about my food or whatever it is. I don't want to do the full like vlog my food every day. And you guys have been noticing I've been like doing less of that. Mainly because I've been just eating out, but also like, yeah, I could like take a picture of my food, but I feel like I've built up enough credibility to where, you know, like I told you guys that I ate popcorn, right? I got the bucket of popcorn and at the movie theater. They only have two sizes now, which is like, what the fuck? And the large size is like 30 or 40 cents cheaper than the bucket. I'm like why are you just forcing people to just buy the bucket? I mean, obviously they're not getting forced, but like intuitively it's like, well, why the fuck am I just not just gonna buy the bucket? Um but anyway, and I ate most of it, uh which I was surprised at. I definitely feel like off. Like I definitely ate too much. To be fair, that is the one meal. I had the stir fried like tofu, uh, cashews, the cashew tofu stir fry. So like I had that, um, and it came with a thing of rice. So like I had a lot of carbs, uh, but I also had a lot of veggies, and I had my protein, and then popcorn. Oh, and technically I had two of the little, the little cuties, the little fuck, what are they called? They're not tangelos. They're the tiny oranges, like the mandarin. I think they're, is it mandarins? Whatever. You get my point. Uh, I definitely also feel dehydrated. I think I want to drink some water, but okay. Um, yep. Um, I think I've covered pretty much what my thoughts are. And again, all of this is subject to change based on if my intuition is like, no, that's bad. But I ran it through, and chaining everything back to back seems like the play. And I keep getting this thought that it's practice, which is a little scary because that would imply that I'm going to be doing this where I'm chaining flights uh, as part of my normal routine. Because if this is practice, where I'm doing 3 back-to-back flights, well, technically it's one. So 1, 2, 3, 4 flights. Because it would be a flight back home. So I guess that's not the flight back home's technically not a chain. It's just like the return trip. So it's like 3 chained flights of like different places, but they're a week apart. Um, yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna book that. I mean, I guess I'll just do the same thing I did last time. I kind of like United, uh, although I've been told that Delta is like nice, but I don't know. If I can do it all with United, I'm just gonna do it with United because I liked United. Um, mm, okay. I think that's it. I'm tired. I'm gonna brush my teeth, get some water. I need to upload today. I uploaded yesterday, but I haven't uploaded today. Although I did use DaVinci to complete the compiling. So now I just need to watch it. Let's see. How long is this? Oh, I just realized. Well, if you hear something, sorry.
Hello. Good morning.
Okay. Okay. That was really fast. Okay, this is hour 20 minutes, so this is going to take me like 45 minutes? Is that right? Yeah, about 40 minutes to listen to. So maybe I'll do this while I'm like brushing teeth and water and everything. Okay, I think I have a pretty solid plan. The only thing left. Sorry, I hit. It's so out of habit, like tapping and whatever. I think the only other thing that I kind of am wondering is, do I kind of want to. So I wrote a while ago my like list of manifestation stuff. I think I want to do an updated one just to see what's aligning and what's not, because I have a better idea of like who I am now. So I think I can be more specific on like what I'd like to manifest, because I think I have a better understanding of what I want in life. Um, you know, just like a quick little. I know I said I was gonna leave and you know do my thing, but I might as well do an extra couple minutes here. The things that I like would really the things that are core are like the divine partner and having a home base. Those two, like if I'm going to fly all over the place, I want to have like a home base that I can like come back to and like take breaks and, whatever. Um and maybe that's something that gets built over time. I don't know. Um there's also that like city idea that I definitely like feels more further out into the future, but like it's definitely in the cards of like, yeah. I don't know, I kind of envision like my partner and I living in this city and like having a bunch of people that are all like the same in terms of their like working on growing, working on like community and being inclusive and open. Those things. It's still very hazy of like, who knows. Um but I'll eventually walk there. So but yeah, there's like kind of opening myself up to being more of a pinpoint precision, like get in there, do the like wake up to whoever needs to be woken up, and then get out and go somewhere else, because I've been doing that, but just in the local community. Um, but the I think I'm meant to be doing that all over the world. Uh, so I guess that's something. Um, hmm. I also, hmm. I mean, definitely like I want my life to be abundant, but it's like abundant from the perspective of like money's just one facet of abundance. And it can come like being abundant in like community, like Soul Tribe, and like people who really resonate and understand like me on a deeper level. People who are going through similar kind of perspective shifts and have, I'm not saying walk the same path, but like ended up in a similar kind of frequency. Um, so that's a kind of abundance that I really crave. Um, having like an abundant sort of love with this divine partner, where it's like just yeah, just being there for each other, and the teaching and the growing, and it's like that's all part of it. And just in general, just having a rich, abundant life. And what I mean by rich is not the standard of like money rich, although like I don't see myself having a life like this and not being able to like do the things I need to do, because it requires a lot of money. So like there's definitely a component there, but that's kind of a means to an end as opposed to it being like the goal. Um and also like when you have a lot of money, you can then um do nice things for other people with that money. So it's like I don't I don't foresee myself hoarding a bunch of money. That's just not like even what I've been doing with the current funds I have, you know, like I don't talk about it, but like every time I go out and eat, I always make sure to like tip way more than an average person would tip. Just because I appreciate the time and effort it took to craft the meal. And I think the servers and I don't know if the chefs ever get like a cut of like tips, but if they do, like they deserve tips. And um it's things like that. It's like it's just important to support anyone that you like interact with, especially if you're getting meals consistently from them. It's like, yeah, I want to like yeah, let's give them extra money. You know, why not? Like it doesn't really hurt me. I'm just doing something because I enjoy them and they do a great job. So I want to show them that I care in a little way. And again, I don't expect anything from it. It's just like this is just my standard operation. And it's things like that where you know, another example, the artist, I gave like a really big like tip relative to like what I paid, where like I felt that the person deserved it, because at the end of the day, they they really put their heart and soul into like the piece, and it shows. It's so beautiful, and I like every time I like look at it, I'm just smiling at how like awesome it turned out. And so it's like, yeah, you deserve it. Like, if I had more money, I could give you more because it's like, I think you deserve a lot. Um, and this is kind of where when you have wealth or you have money, interacting with people, just doing that extra little bit, and it adds up where it's helping people, even if it's small. And that's what I want to be able to do. I want to be able to, you know, try and make people's lives just a little bit better. And I know money is one way you can do that. It's not the only way. I also, make sure to compliment whoever I'm interacting with if they're doing a great job. Where it's like, hey, I really appreciate what you did. Thank you. Or I love the food. It's, like whatever emotion comes out, that's what I'm just going to tell them. And so it's like when you do this consistently, you're giving back to people. Whether it's energetically, financially, or in some other way. It's giving back. And that's what I want to do. I want to give back. That's what this whole channel is. Like, it's not about me, like, getting people to watch me. I don't care. I don't care if anyone, if no one watches me, that's fine. But I'm trying to show a path that people can walk where I'm walking the path and I'm showing you through my daily stuff. I'm showing you the like I'm not perfect. I fucking ate a bucket of popcorn today. Like, is that the perfection of like eating food? No. Like, of course not. I didn't do my like hour of walking or 2 hours of walking I wanted to do. You know? But is that stopping me? No. It's not. It's just a little thing where some days it's just going to be like that and it's okay. You don't have to like feel bad about it. I enjoyed my day. Sue me, like I liked what happened today. And it's not going to be a thing that I'm going to continuously do. I just enjoyed the day. And I'm going to enjoy tomorrow. Whatever that looks like. And sometimes there's going to be challenges, and that's okay. But the overall trajectory is a certain way. And you want to just have the overall direction be the way you want it to be. And it'll bounce around sometimes. That's fine. Like I've seen all of the like different people that once they get a certain amount of subscribers and a certain amount of views, suddenly they like are like, well, now I'm charging $1,000 for like personal readings or something, or I'm like doing, I'm just to be clear, I'm not calling out anyone specific. It's totally okay to make money while doing what you love. Okay, so that's not what I'm like pointing at here. What I'm pointing at is this kind of behavior of like you do a bunch of work and then once you get enough people, then you're like, okay, now I'm going to make money and I'm going to like sell my services, and that inevitably changes the person. I'm being upfront from the beginning. My YouTube channel, I don't know if I'm ever going to monetize the channel. because, quite frankly, I fucking hate ads. And, like, you know, I know that I'm not going to need it. I just know I'm not going to need it. Like, I will be provided for, and it'll show up in whatever way it's supposed to show up. And, currently, I don't think that's going to be the YouTube thing. In the future, I don't think that's going to be the YouTube thing either. I think this is more of me giving back to saying, hey, here's my journey, here's what I did, I recorded it all, it's free on YouTube, anyone can watch it, anyone can get all of this. I feel like I'm like literally creating a like river, and I'm putting stones at the bottom of the river, and I'm giving you guys the boat, and I'm like, I handcraft the boat for you, and I'm like, okay, obviously you don't do it the way I did it, but here's the boat. Put the boat on the river, step into the boat, do your inner work, and then let the boat carry you down the river. And while you're doing the river thing, look at the bottom, and any gemstones you see, like, they may give you inspiration. I don't know what kind of inspiration you're going to get, but if you watch what's going on, you'll glean stuff. Something will resonate. And that's what this channel is. And I really care about you guys. And like, if I could, I would like, I'd want everyone to know the information that I have. I have so much information. It's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how to, like, get the information out there to a bunch of people. And, the YouTube is one way. And I do know that, like, it's coming. There's going to be a bunch of people that will start watching the channel once the Divine Partner comes in. I'm just going to say, I know that the Divine Partner is going to be the reason why a lot of eyes are going to be on me. I don't know how, I don't know the specifics, but, like, I'm aware. That's why the Divine Partner is being real quiet and doing their thing, because they're supposed to, like, let this kind of play out so that then we'll eventually meet. But yeah, it's like I just know that this is really going to be something that people will look back on, and I want it to be accessible to everyone. I don't want to gatekeep it. I want to show that, like, you can be imperfect. You can just be genuine. Just be genuine. Like, if people don't like you, fuck them. Like, it doesn't matter. You're going to find the people that do like you for who you are and who understand you. And yeah, it's just, I just hope that people really take the time to watch this stuff. I have so much content Yeah, I know. I'm not the fastest one when it comes to like talking. I don't try and pack a bunch of information in. I sit with it and I let myself just kind of come to whatever it is. But there's purpose. It may seem random, but there's purpose. So pay attention. I'm helping give you the keys. I have a bunch of keys, and I'm just scattering them, and I'm just telling you where to pick them up. It's like all you got to do is just listen, and you'll find out where the keys are. You know, and I'm trying to be as like the key is 5 steps to the left of you. Like I'm trying to be as just upfront about it as possible. You know, you have to be the one to decide I want to find this key and like do something different. Um so yeah, I really do hope that it's my hope that more people go down this path of inner work followed by, the other steps I've been taking. It takes a lot of courage, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it. Like, I want to see a bunch of people walking around with inner peace. Like, you don't understand how much of a gift it is to have just consistent inner peace. Like, it changes the game. It's like I was riding a beat up like go-kart, and now I'm in some like NASCAR. Like, it's like that's the level of difference of like you can't even compare the two. It's just unreal. Um I still got a long way to go. What I mean by that is like I have a long life, and you know, think about it. 2 months. Now, to be fair, okay, there's the caveat. It's technically been 10 years, but like 2 months of videos. You've seen what happened in 2 months. Like, hell, between now and June, it's gonna be another crazy like amount of like stuff that's going on. So, all right, I really am gonna go this time. Um, thanks for listening. I'll talk to you tomorrow, and just be yourself. That's all you need to do.